back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel for Friday the 25th of August. Still on holidays, and so apologise for the background noise that may be there, and also that the lighting is not quite so good as one would want, but in the distance in the background one can see Edinburgh Castle. Remember to like and subscribe. Subscriber numbers slowly building up, viewer numbers slowly building up. And so if you can like and subscribe, please do click the relevant buttons. It does make me happy, which is quite important. And it does help with advertising and ratings and rankings and all the analyticals that YouTube send you if you are a creator. Anyway, moving back to Celtic news for today, Friday. Big announcements yesterday from Brendan Rodgers at his press conference, indicating that both CCV and Nawrocki are out for 8 weeks, which seems rather a long time for hamstring injuries, especially as both were described by Rodgers as tweaks at the first description of the injuries. However, if 8 weeks is what the physios and doctors and medical staff are saying, that is what we should expect. However, I'm taking some solace from the fact that the estimates for Johnston and Oh appear to have been a little on the overly long side, as Johnston is expected to be back in the team on Saturday against St Johnston, and O is back in training next week along with Mikey Johnston. Whether Mikey Johnston fits into Brendan Rodgers' plans is uncertain. Mikey Johnston has been one of these players who's tended to flatter to deceive. Some great touches, has missed some glaring chances for Celtic, did have a relatively successful time on loan in Portugal last year, and did make a very successful international debut for the Republic of Ireland. And so we'll be seeing whether he fits into Rodgers' plan. Although it does make things a bit more complicated having two Johnstons in the side. But as long as Alistair Johnston's there at right back or even right centre back, I'll be happy. The stories regarding Tierney coming back to Celtic appear now to be likely over, at least at this time, as he is set to go on a season-long loan to Real Sociedad in Spain. And from previous news reports coming out of Arsenal, the intention would have been a loan to buy type arrangement, and so it may well be he is off to Sociedad in the longer term. However, as I've said in a past couple of videos, I would not be surprised if Tierney comes back to Celtic to end off his career. Daniel Podence is now on the transfer list at Wolves, but they are looking for something around even up to 17 to 19 million for him, and so I do not see that really as being an option for Celtic. However, remembering that his contract is up at the end of this season, if his situation was still not resolved by the winter transfer window, we would have the option of a pre-contract signing for him, in which case, without the transfer fee, we would be able to give him more closer to his current wages at Wolves, which are thought to be up to £60,000 per week. Some good news also regarding O'Reilly. Celtic have turned down a bid from Bologna, which is very encouraging, as I do see him as being a key Celtic player for the next few years, and so is reassuring that Celtic have got the financial comfort to be able to turn down big money deals from big leagues. Rio Hatate appears to be attracting interest from Saudi Arabia again, as well as Ligue 1 in France, although no concrete bids. But this may explain why he was reluctant to sign a new contract before the transfer window was over. However, I would hope that Hatate remains loyal to the club, and then after the transfer window closes, signs a new contract to keep him at Celtic another couple of years past his 2026 deal. Celtic are thought to be soon to start what's called a signing blitz, with 5 expected new signings in the couple of weeks before the end of the transfer window, which actually is getting on towards a week or so. Excuse me. The transfer of Luis Palma from Aris Thessalonica in Greece appears to be going on apace, and there are even thoughts that he may be coming to Celtic in time for the Rangers match next weekend. And Celtic are also said to be in the running for a new goalkeeper, left back, and centre forward. And due to the long-term injury crisis with Welsh, Nawrocki, and CCV, and also uncertainty as to where Kobayashi and Scales fit into the framework, it appears Celtic are also looking for a further centre back. Eric Dyer is said to be willing to come to Celtic on loan with the attraction of Champions League football, but I'm not sure that really is a goer, as there would be no real prospect of signing him long term afterwards, given his very high wages currently at Spurs. I would more likely see him going to another English Premier League side, or more likely off into France, Germany, Italy, etc. That just about brings us to the end of today's news on Friday the 25th. Please like and subscribe. Do have a wee go at the quiz question. And if you feel you would wish to, do pop a wee comment in the comment section, either constructive feedback regarding these videos, or whether you think the possible options regarding signing Dyer on loan for a season is a goer, and whether you feel players such as Merlin, Keithgarden, Palma are good options for Celtic going forward. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and goodbye, and hail, hail.